Well, folks, I'm back from a much needed break. A little shout out to the folks down south. It's great to see you all, and thanks for all your hospitality. Well, you saw that little intro, and that was the surprise I had under that tarp over here was this Kubota B7300. And inherited this from my dad. He passed away back in October last year. And it's a nice addition to the old Farmitecture headquarters. Wish it would have come at a better way, but anyhow, got a nice mowing deck with it, and a nice newer tiller than what I was using on the old Cub Cadet there. But this is all PTO driven, so there's no belts to be slipping. I'm thinking this will probably really do the job in the garden and anything else I want to till up. Maybe I'll help out the neighbors and till some garden space for them if they need it. But yeah, it's heavy duty. So I just unhooked this mowing deck, and I'm going to go ahead and hook this tiller up and see what it'll do. Alright folks, I'll catch you in a few. Well folks, got that thing hooked up. It's a 3-point hitch, and it's all PTO driven. So like I said, no belts to slip. So let's see how it works.
You don't know my mind. I'm lonesome all the time. Long blue drifter, that's me. If you travel for so long, till the rambler's heart goes wrong. Baby, you don't know my mind today. Rails that never on dirty jail, and life's too short for you to worry me. But if I can't win, I'll check it out again. Baby, you don't know my mind today.
Well folks, you see that tiller works a lot better than the old Cub Cadet. It's going to be hard to go back to using that belt driven tiller, but yeah, I might put it back on there just for some work on some smaller areas. But this it's amazing how quick this tiller is larger too. I think this is like a 48 inch and the other one's a 42, but it's got a lot more horsepower behind it with that PTO direct drive system versus the old belt of that Cub Cadet. I'm gonna get spoiled with this little Kubota tractor, I can tell you right now. It's pretty nice, but I'll still use the old Cub Cadet. You can't stop using those old ones. They're pretty nice as well for their time. Alright, I'll catch up with you in a few. Well folks, I've got this hoop house here I'm going to get set up, and then I'm going to compare that with growing. I'm going to grow vegetables inside that, and then I'm going to grow them outside of it and see which one does better. I think the ones inside will do better because it should be a lot warmer in there, so I'm going to get started on that.
I'm standing on the corner with the low-down blues, a great big hole in the bottom of the shoes. Honey, let me be salty dog. Yeah, let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be salty dog. Now, hello, Sal, I know you, the run-down stocking, the tore-up shoe. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Yeah, let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
Well folks, I've got these holes dug for the legs of this hoop house. Working my way to the end here, and next to the last hole, look what I found. A boulder. Just when things are going smooth, almost to the end hole, ran into this boulder, so looks like I gotta pry that thing out of here in order to get that leg in. Okay folks, I'll see you in a few. Well folks, this ain't no small stone. It's a big one, and I don't know. I know I can't handle that by hand. I guess the only other option would be get a chain underneath it and pull it with the tractor, but I'm thinking about something else here. You see this leg? I might just cut that off right there. I can move the location of this, but I really want it in this corner of the garden, so I'm not taking up a bunch of space. So I'm thinking maybe I'll cut that leg off and just set it here. Then if the greenhouse is over this, I'm never going to work this ground up in anyway, so no need to take it out. That's a big stone. I wasn't joking when I said boulder. Yeah, I'm going to think about this a little bit. See what... Maybe I come up with another plan. Well folks, looks like the boulder won this battle. Got the old hacksaw out and cut that leg off. Hopefully it doesn't affect it too much when I stand everything up. It's got plenty of other anchors, so should be okay. Alright, I'm going to stand this thing up and see how it goes. Well folks, there it is. Got this stood up. Now all I gotta do is figure out how wide it's gonna be here at the base. Because there's two of these sides, and then there's a third piece that goes in the middle of the... So I'm not sure what the distance was between this and the other side, but we gotta figure that out and dig those holes for the other side then. Alright folks, I'll give you an update soon.